If you were a teacher, a firefighter, a police officer, or any kind of government worker, and you're collecting Social Security right now, there is a very good chance the government still owes you money, real money. We're talking thousands of dollars sitting in the system with your name on it, and nobody from Social Security is going to call you about it. My name is Eduardo, and today I want to walk you through something that I think every senior needs to hear. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a CPA. I'm just someone who pays very close attention to what's happening with Social Security. So you don't have to figure it out alone. And what happened in January 2025 is one of the biggest changes to Social Security in the last 40 years. Let's get into it. For over 4 decades, the Social Security Administration used 2 rules that quietly reduced, or in some cases completely wiped out, the benefits of millions of Americans. Most people had no idea these rules even existed until they sat down to claim their benefit and got a number that made no sense. The first rule was called the Windfall Elimination Provision, or WEP. Here's who it hit. If you spent part of your career in a government job, a job that had its own pension and did not take Social Security taxes out of your paycheck, and you also worked other jobs where you did pay into Social Security, WEP came in and reduced your Social Security check using a modified formula. It treated your Social Security earnings as if they were worth less than they actually were. The longer you worked in that non-covered government job, the bigger the cut. On average, people lost $480 a month, every single month, for the rest of their retirement. That's not a small number. Over 3.2 million Americans were affected by this rule alone. The second rule was called the Government Pension Offset, or GPO. This one specifically targeted spouses and widows. If you were entitled to a spousal or survivor benefit based on your husband or wife's Social Security record, but you also had a government pension from a job that didn't pay into Social Security, GPO reduced your benefit by 2/3 of your pension amount. Let me give you a real example so this makes sense. Say your government pension is $1,500 a month. 2/3 of that is $1,000. GPO subtracts that $1,000 from your spousal or survivor benefit. If that benefit was $900 a month, the math wipes it out completely. You get zero. Nothing. Not a reduction. Zero. Gone. That happened to 800,000 widows and widowers in this country. People who lost a spouse and expected the system to protect them the way they were told it would. And it didn't. What changed? On January 5th, 2025, President Biden signed the Social Security Fairness Act into law. Both of those rules, WEP and GPO, were eliminated. Not reduced, not phased out slowly, eliminated completely. And here's the part that really matters for you right now. The law was made retroactive to January 2024. That means SSA owes every affected person the difference between what they received and what they should have received, going all the way back to January of last year. That's at least 12 months of back payments, paid out as a lump sum, direct deposited into your account. The average lump sum payment being issued right now is around $6,710. The average permanent monthly increase is about $360 a month, which adds up to over $4,300 more per year every year going forward. And for widows and widowers whose survivor benefit was completely eliminated by GPO, some back payments are exceeding $22,000. This is real money. Money you earned. Money the system held back from you for years. But here's where I need you to pay close attention because this is the part that's falling through the cracks for a lot of people. SSA has over 4 million individual account corrections to process. They are working through them in batches. And if your case is sitting at the bottom of a processing queue, you are still collecting your old reduced amount right now, with no letter from SSA, no phone call, no explanation. There are people right now in 2026 whose monthly benefit has not been corrected yet. There are people who received a one-time back payment, but whose monthly amount is still running on the old formula. And there are people who qualified for corrections under both WEP and GPO, but only had one of them applied. SSA is not going to flag your own case for you. If you don't check, nothing moves. Who this applies to. Let me be specific about who needs to act on this. If you worked as a public school teacher in states like California, Texas, Illinois, Ohio, Massachusetts, Colorado, Louisiana, or about a dozen others, and you also paid into Social Security through other jobs at any point in your life, this applies to you. If you worked as a firefighter, police officer, or state-local government employee in those same states and also paid into Social Security through other employment, this applies to you. If you are a federal employee hired before January 1st, 1984, and you were under the Civil Service Retirement System known as CSRS, not FERS, this applies to you. And if you are a widow or widower whose survivor benefit was reduced or eliminated because of a government pension, this absolutely applies to you. And I need you to stay with me for the next part. The 3 steps. Step 1. Go to ssa.gov and log into your My Social Security account. If you don't have one, create it. It takes about 10 minutes. Once you're in, pull up your benefit statement and look at your current monthly amount. Look for any line that references a WEP or GPO. If you see a reduction listed and your monthly benefit hasn't gone up since January 2025, your correction has not been completed. Step 2. Call SSI directly at 1-800-772-1213. When someone picks up, say these exact words: I want to verify whether my account has been fully corrected under the Social Security Fairness Act for WEP or GPO. Write that down before you call. That specific language tells the agent exactly which system to check. They'll tell you right away if your case is closed, still pending, or hasn't been assigned yet. If it's pending, ask for the expected processing date. If they say it's closed but your monthly amount still looks wrong, say, I would like to file a formal request for reconsideration. That phrase triggers a supervisor-level review of your entire correction record. Step 3. And this one is specifically for widows and widowers, so please don't skip it. If your survivor benefit wasn't just reduced but was completely eliminated by GPO, do not assume the correction happened automatically. Some of these cases require a brand new survivor benefit application. Why? Because the original claim was denied outright, not reduced, denied. The system has nothing to reverse. You have to reapply from scratch. When you call SSA, ask this exact question. Does my case require a new survivor benefit application under the Social Security Fairness Act? That one question could be the difference between collecting everything you're owed and watching it expire in the system unclaimed. The rules that held your money back for decades are gone. The back payments are real. The average check is $6,710. Some people are owed over $22,000, but SSA is not coming to you. You have to go to them. Take those 3 steps. Check your account. Make the call. And if you're a widow or widower, ask about that new application. And if you know someone over 60 who was a teacher, a firefighter, a government worker, or who lost a spouse, share this with them today. That one conversation could put thousands of dollars back in their pocket. I'll see you in the next one.